7:30 in the morning. Yes, I'm actually trying to make this now a regular mini podcast or um, a Chispa briefing. I have this beautiful front window of this paradise. I'm in front of Hotel La Palapa. Uh, you can Google search it. I'm right under the palms, and I met a lot of you guys right here in these benches. They usually see me in the mornings when I come in. I set up early morning, usually at 6 a.m. and I happen to go to all my production and my ideas and what's next for Tamarindo. And so yeah, so this is my office. I often move here from I'm here until 6 to 11 a.m. 11 a.m. I go to Surf Shack. Right now we're working. I just finished working editing Tamarindo Guanacaste sessions for April. I think it's gonna be like a mini half, and then I have the rest of the other half in my phone, which I need to come up with the 175,000 colones, and I'll get my phone back, and then I'll start finishing up the rest of April. However, I just wanted to debrief here certain things. I don't go through all the 3-minute walks any longer, right? You don't see what it's like here as well. I don't have that Rapid Pro Max phone. I have a notepad that I'm working with, which is decent. And I don't know, I just wanted to open up conversation topics. What can I tell you? People say here that things are very expensive. You hear that all the time from people that live here to people that are traveling. And for the past 5 years I've been here, every day is more, every month is more expensive, right? And it's uncertain how expensive it's gonna get. I was just thinking over here on the way coming to the office in the morning, it's like, this has to be some sort of stop collapse. Like, something needs to pause, because there's so much construction development in the back of these beautiful mountains, that they open up land, and then you have no wildlife surroundings, and that bothers me. I think that with what we have already, we can work with what we have. We don't have to destroy more nature. I think we are behind in social media. I think we're behind in marketing. I think that there's a lot of jobs can be created if we were able to host some huge education tech company that can help us to develop new jobs. We have plenty of work area. We just need jobs. We need AI. We need help. Right now is May, and May seems a bit slow. January, February, March. You've seen the numbers. Costa Rica keeps growing, but one pause can shift a lot of people's decisions. I don't have a phone. Imagine that right now. Plenty other businesses are actually struggling as well. So there's some shifts, right? There's a shift that happened this past few weeks, and it slowed down everything. Slowed me down because I don't have a phone. It slowed down a lot of business because a lot of businesses are struggling. But I'm still managing to put output marketing. However, maybe it's a slow pace, but I'm still doing it. I'm still representing. And I thought that, maybe I should be doing this more often, and talk about places you should come here and see when you arrive to Tamarindo without spending too much money, right? I often say when I meet people through Chispa, it's like, hey man, I give them a few landmarks. I say, hey man, you should go 20-minute walk. Everything's walkable 20-minute walk right behind this building. You can Google it, and it's called Mirador, Tamarindo Mirador, or Tamarindo Scenic View. 20-25-minute walk, beautiful. Take water, get your photos, your cameras ready. It's gonna be insane. And you can walk to the Wyndham Hotel, where you can spend a cocktail or whatever, coffee. It's got this beautiful infinity pool. You can see all of this from the hotel. And it's just walkable. And then you can go to Langosta Beach, La Playa Langosta, 20-minute walk. Everything is walkable. And you know, they get a kick out of it. Yeah, out of it. But you know, sometimes also it all depends who they are. Oh, is 20 minutes too much? You know, they're used to the fucking California driving. I got a car. How long is it? Yeah, it's 2 minutes. Okay, if it's 20 minutes fucking walking, it's 2 minutes on a car. You don't need a car. That's the thing. And then I see some of these owners, they live like Americans. They look like where I used to live. Like, if I go to the store, I take a fucking car. You know, and so I see Americans, owners of real estate lands, fucking owners of businesses, just fucking use a fucking car to go to the beach. Get the fuck out of here. Walk, you fucking lazy bum. You guys are fucking bums. I met a lot of fucking landowners here, business owners that are not from here, and they're fucking bums. Sorry to say that, but you guys are fucking bums. You need to learn how to walk, exercise. Sorry, I was just imagining a couple of bums in my head I know here that I don't really like. That goes for you guys. You know, other than that, you know, everything's walkable. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. People are actually now running more. I see, in the past few months, I've seen more people running. I just saw it for the first time, a gentleman run with a ball. Something that no one's done during the morning. Only I'm the one who does it for years. That should be a practice. That should be a business. Rent balls. Just have a soccer ball, a net, and rent a fucking ball for 1,000 colones. Have people do positive things, you know. But again, there's a lot of beach, let's say, inconvenient restaurants. It shouldn't be here, you know. A lot of them have gone out of business. El Bay, you know. What else has changed around here that is beach front? Well, not much. I guess El Bay, but inside, yes, a lot of them. You know, there's places that need lots of marketing. Like, I'm not gonna say it, but there's a mall here in the back that starts with some Italian name that doesn't make sense. You know, they need a lot of businesses, a lot of units that are empty. You know, and so a lot of these businesses are not recognized well, or they don't even know how to work on social media, or they need Chispa. I actually got called in to do a little gig in this little mall right in the middle. I can't even say the fucking name because I know it, but I don't like to say it. You know, I know the owner too. Fucking klutz, Italian klutz. Fucking doesn't even live here, part time. You know, I know his kids. They're probably watching me. I'm sorry. You know, you don't like your father either. Oh God, you know, I have a lot to talk. You know, just bear with me, please. And it's only Thursday. Anyways, I think what you should do here when you come to Paradise Tamarindo, number one thing, go to Noe Bistro. Yes, go to Noe Bistro. It is a new ownership. You know, and I can't say anything wrong about him. If I can't say anything wrong about him, I cannot say anything wrong about the business. And he cares about the business. I've known a lot of business owners here that are shit, and they're still shit. They don't have any interest in Costa Rica. You know, they only have interest on themselves. So, you know, don't come to vacation here and, you know, save your money. Link with people that have been here for over 30 years. That gives you a bit more of security who you're really talking to. Somebody's been here 5 years, 10, 15, 20 years. 10, 15, 20 years. Yeah, 15 maybe. You know, then I say something that you can trust, right? Somebody you can trust full time. Has been here. Me, I've been here 10 years almost, going on 10 years, and full time 5 years here. But I was born here. My mind, la mente mía, el cerebro mío, mi espíritu, my spirit was all in Costa Rica, in San Francisco, California. So that's how I was right away able to. Oh gosh, what's the word? Catch up right away. What's going on in Costa Rica? In politics. Politics, I already knew what was going on from the internet, but from living it here, it's a little bit different. You understand more, and but you learn more from the people, right? From the people here. That's how you learn, not from the foreigners. You learn from the people here, okay? And again, people that've been here 20 plus years. That's how you learn, And I keep seeing I test foreigners. I test people and walking on the beach or walking on the street. Today in the morning, I was just getting my coffee, and then I was like, "Hey, so young kids. They were in high school. They were going to high school. At least they looked like young kids. They were all blonde, reddish, freckles, And I said, I wonder if these kids speak Spanish. Let's see. Or they're just here for vacations, right? ¿Qué, todo bien, papi? Pura vida, buenos días. ¿Hablan español? No, ¿cómo está el español? That's what I say. How's your Spanish? How's your Spanish? Both of them right away said, "Sí, papi, todo bien." They weren't fucking from here. Like literally, they both said, "Sí, todo bien." Más o menos. They knew how to speak Spanish really well, very well. I was like, wow. Those kids are the ones that these are the future of Costa Rica. These kids are the future of Costa Rica. So, yes, English is a good language, excellent language. It's a tool barrier. English is a tool that you need in your toolbox. It'll open up all doors, unlock any deal, any door. But Spanish is something special. Spanish is and I think that's the future. I know that's the future. El español. Especially here in Costa Rica. Not a lot of Costa Ricenses have been in the United States. I think they may be over 150,000 around the United States, maybe 200,000. So when I found out 100,000, that was like 10 years ago. And 100,000 is not a lot of people. We haven't had a lot of problems in Costa Rica. But now we're starting. So people have been fleeing for the past few years, And it's getting worse, I just read the news yesterday. 300 homicides, Again, ticos are going to be like the chorotegas, the bribris, less and less and less and less and less and less population. If you don't take care of your land, if you don't make your government, make a newer government stronger, that focus only in Costa Rica, you're gonna lose most of your land around here. And I hate to say that, but that's what I've been seeing. We can use the American tool to help us. We can use them to help us in our way, not their way. No. We've been dancing their song for years. That's how this Costa Rica is tied up with the United States. We need to actually transform Costa Rica. And we need tech support, we need AI, we need better English, And again, these young kids will help out in the future. And there's other people like self-entrepreneurs that are bringing people here in massive amounts of, just like the government, getting people deported here. So these people are gaining monetary value or getting paid just to get people here. They're in YouTube, they're in Facebook, they're making money through other Americans, Canadians, name it, Europeans, they're trying to live the life here. um, those people don't. I don't really know them well, but I can tell you that they need to educate themselves better to facilitate Costa Rica stronger in other areas rather than just bringing people here for an exchange of finances and make a living. You know, to me, you're not educating these future families to come here and live here well. You know what I tell people when I meet them here? I say, don't buy here. I want to buy real estate. No, don't buy here. Why do you want to buy here? Let me tell you why. I give them reasons. 3 reasons. They're already, yeah, you're right. You know, just don't buy. Rent until you find out this is the place for you and rent in different places. Because the economy, it's inflated. The realtors, they don't really care about you. They only care about that dollar. You know, I'm a realtor. I know. I only care about the fucking dollar in California. Don't fucking tell me that shit when I'm in my fucking country. You know what I mean? Like, I know what you're selling. You're selling that fucking dollar. You don't see. You're not selling this land. And again, you gotta be real to understand that. A lot of them here are fucking half-ass agents. Half-ass agents. You know what I mean? Half-ass. They don't even belong to any fucking institute. Half-ass. They're learning through other half-asses. Agents, realtors that you see them in fucking posters, in signs, in fucking social media. Half-asses. Agents, realtors. That's right, you heard it. Chispa. Through Chispa. You know? Fucking insane the shit that I've seen here. It's embarrassing. You know? So, Surf Shack. Places you should come and visit. Surf Shack. Burgers and wings. These are places that I represent. Chispa represents. Organic nosada at the farmers market and the vendors there as well. These are people you should come and see. You know, Thursday night market again. Go hang out, have a good time. Meet Costa Ricans and meet people that've been here 15, 20 years. 20 years and over. Not 15. 15, you're still too young. You don't know shit about Costa Rica. Life here, I can tell you, it's expensive. It's, you know, there's problems like everywhere else, but it's a much better life than where I live in California, and I live damn fucking good. You know what I mean? Yeah. So much better. It rejuvenates you. I don't feel my age. You know, I'm hitting 51. I'm proud of it, bitch. You know, but I feel 25, man. You know, I feel over valued. I feel like I have a lot of value in myself, and my morals, I have very high standards. You know, I raised my son by myself. My son's 25 now. Court order, full custody, San Francisco, California, family court, as a baby. Fucking Chispa right here. Can't. You know, so yeah, you know, in order for me to be relationships here, you know, that's funny. That's a funny subject. Relationships here are like jobs. People change friendships, relationships. You know, lots of divorcees here. You know, also there in those divorcees, there's also lots of problems inside the businesses, right? So they may be selling the business because of X, Y, and Z divorce, right? So what? That happens. I mean, there's a lot of fucking good-looking people here. So, you know, people take care of themselves a lot here. I mean, there's not a lot of fat asses here. You know? At least they're trying. If there's some fat, at least they're going through yoga. At least they're fucking walking the beach, you know? At least, or their fucking dogs walking them. You know what I mean? So, but no, there isn't that many fat asses here. There's a lot of good-looking people from all over the world. A lot of them are having babies. You know, you guys are brave. I would not have a soul. Hell fucking no. I've already raised a human being. So, it's time for daddy to play and daddy to represent. So, Local Tours is another place you need to come and check out. They're on top of their game. Carlitos, saludos. Carlitos Local Tours. Falafel Bar. Those are all my clients. Hotel Lapa Lapa. You know, these are all clients of Chispa. These are all people that I've come in, done some of the business, still do their marketing, still rotate their videos and reels. You know, there's so many businesses that we represent here. So by next year, hopefully we'll be scaling whole to a probably different model, you know. But you know, I feel that I am very thankful, very blessed to have the opportunity that I have to left the United States. Not that I left, they took me out illegal out of this country, and they passed me right through the border of Mexico in Tijuana at a very young age, and I remember all that, and that's how I was able to live in San Francisco, California for a good amount of years, over 30 years, let's just call it. And you know, my background with technology, real estate, you know, and then working with the courts in real estate, that was a lot of, and the banks directly, that was a lot of schooling, that's a lot of education, learned a lot. And now I actually consult businesses, so now we're actually looking for businesses, the entrepreneurs, new ideas. If you have already a model business, we can enhance it. You know, we do have a strong footprint in social media. Like I said, we manage a lot of businesses here in Tamarindo. They are successful, succeeding, and I wanted to start doing this little mini podcast, social media, because I don't have my phone, and kind of delays my marketing. But it'd be great for me to get out in front of the camera and share with the groups all over Facebook to follow us. Come look for Chispa businesses, and let them know you heard of the business through X, Y, and Z Facebook group. And it'd be interesting to find out what's going to happen these few months, May, June, July, you know, with all these world events, you know, and where the dollar's at is at its lowest. It makes the colon a little bit stronger, you know, but a lot of pros have to come down. The pros have to come down. So I always direct people to Costa Rican produce. I'll give you an example. Cha ice cream is one of my favorite ice creams. You know, another one is one of my favorite juice that I usually get is from Costa Rica, in las montañas, in the mountains of what's the name? I forgot now. But excuse me, I just blanked the name of this juice. It's in. Can't remember now. But anyways, it'll come to my mind here soon. I usually advertise it on our social media, on our stories. So I'm looking for Costarricense companies that I can represent here in Guanacaste, Tamarindo. Because you need offices like these in Tamarindo. That's what you need. You don't need no more a representative come and bring your stuff. No, you need to bring that stuff to that representative in a unit here, in a rental unit, because that's what we're missing. We're missing Costarricense businesses to come here, infiltrate, rent a unit, and start selling their produce. And I'm looking for those businesses. That's it. 7:30 in the morning, Tamarindo, sun's coming out. I'm gonna be doing this more constant, maybe in the afternoons, maybe a sunset, and then follow us on YouTube as well. We're working on our YouTube session and our podcast as well. It's been delaying because our iPhone Pro Max 15 just shut down, turned off at a short circuit. It is now at another store here in Santa Cruz that is a certified Apple who took care of the phone, and it's already now available pickup. I just come up with 175,000 colones, and and I'll start working on the rest of the sessions that I got already assembled. But meanwhile, stay tuned, stay put, have a little patience with me, but definitely the marketing, it's going to be very strong marketing. We want you to get Chispa approved so we can talk smartly to people every day. Chispa means me every day. We're in the hundreds monthly. I've already counted. Enjoy.